Hello everybody and welcome to another Vintage Cube video. I have a little plan for the day. I'm going to record, it's currently 11:32, a little before noon. My plan is to record 10 videos today. Just play 10 leagues in a row and we'll see how well they do. I'll release them all in order. And I mean, we'll see. Ideally we get at least 5 trophies. That is the goal. We don't have a great pack to start, but we do have some decent lands. Verdant Catacombs is good, Marsh Flats, or Tropical Island is good, and Marsh Flats is also fine. There's also a couple good Reanimator cards, but I don't really want to take one of those this early. Maybe an Entomb or a Griselbrand, but I think I like just taking the Tropical Island here. Blue-green is not historically my favorite color combination, but it can be pretty strong, and then I do think Sultai is pretty good. Like, you don't have very good removal in just blue-green, but if you can get the removal, then the deck can be pretty sweet. Now we have some more good lands, 3 green fetchable lands. And I think we just double down and take a breeding pool here. Yeah, if we end up with Sultai, it's better to have the diversification of the dual lands, but this will help to solidify us as a blue-green player. If someone gets a late breeding pool, they might move in, and that'll make it a lot harder for us to get a late Oko or something like that. So let's just take the breeding pool. We're very well set up for blue-green mana now. All right, here we have Thirst for Knowledge, Polukranos, Regrowth, Stirring Wildwood. I think those are the primary considerations. Thirst for Knowledge has the highest ceiling, but if you don't have a lot of artifacts, this card's not great. I do think Bant is a pretty strong color combination. Getting access to Oblivion Ring type effects is very good in a base blue-green deck. Regrowth is good if we get stuff like Ancestral Recall or Fractured Identity. Like, this goes up in power level a lot if you have super powerful instants and sorceries. I'm kind of leaning towards just taking the Thirst for Knowledge, though. Yeah, we'll take that. It's just a consistently strong card. Hopefully we can get some artifacts to support it, and then it's also really good with Uro. Ooh, well, Simic Signet would have been great. It's in our colors and great with Thirst for Knowledge, but I'm not passing a Jace the Mind Sculptor. That's perfect. Yeah, let's definitely take that. The Scarab God is going a little bit late there as well. I really don't think Simic Signet wheels. There's a chance the Golgari Signet does come around. But, yeah, let's take the Jace. That's a really nice pickup. Now we have, Elspeth Conquers Death and Elspeth. Nissa. Baleful Strix. I don't think we really want Toski or Terastodon. Let's take Nissa, I think. This card is quite strong, and we have some green cards already. Yeah, I think that's the pickup. This doubling your mana, I mean, this card is much better since we have a couple blue-green forests already. So it'll be better for doubling our mana. It can also, we can tap both of these to make, two blue and 2 green, which is pretty sweet. And we're hoping to have a lot of card draw in this deck. And Nissa is very good with that card draw. Also just good as a win condition, pressures Planeswalkers well. Sort of does everything. Okay, I think we just continue to solidify the mana with Botanical Sanctum. Treasure Cruise will be good if we don't get Uro, but we're hoping to get Uro. I also think in this deck, Dig Through Time is potentially better. Maelstrom Pulse is good, and Shriekmaw is good, and Shipwreck Marsh is there. So it does look like Sultai may be open, and we might end up in that deck, but I still think I'd rather lead on the blue-green land, and then sort of just continue to carve out blue-green as well as possible. Okay, super late Underground Sea, but there's also Trigon Predator, Eternal Witness, and Arbor Elf, all of which are very good. I kind of think we should just take the Arbor Elf here. Yeah, this card is great. I mean, just turn 3 Jace, turn 4 Nissa is really strong. And we already have 2 blue-green lands, which make Arbor Elf much better. This can produce blue mana now for us. And wow, yeah, green is looking open. Karn, Hexdrinker, and Primeval Titan are all good. I'm kind of leaning towards just taking Hexdrinker here. This card is really strong. Yeah, let's take this. It's a similarly good win condition to Primeval Titan late in the game and much better early on. Okay, Liliana Wield. So black is looking really open, but I still think we just take Fyndhorn Elves. This is looking pretty sweet. We can get a bunch of good green acceleration and then some blue card draw. Now it's Pilgrim, Taiga, or Avenger of Zendikar. Part of me wants to get Taiga here. Yeah, I'm going to take that. If this added blue or green, I would take that, but I think a really late Taiga is somewhat of a sign. Now we could take, green is looking super open. Polukranos is actually decent in these decks because it's good against small creatures. Regrowth is good if we get more card draw. That's actually really close. We're probably not getting the Eternal Witness. I actually really like Pelucanos in this deck, I think. This deals with small creatures, which is really good. Now we can take a Golgari Signet, which is an artifact for Thirst for Knowledge. Toski, Terastodon, Elspeth, all of which are actually not terrible here. Let's take Toski. I think it's a little bit cheaper and it's really good in some matchups. Okay, Shriekmaw or Circle of Dreams Druid. I guess I'll take this in case we end up just mono green. It's a little bit hard to cast, but it's pretty strong if we can cast it. Okay, now there's a Wrenn and 6, which we have the Taiga to help splash. We don't have fetch lands yet, but that would be a really high priority. There's also Miscalculation, Deranged Hermit, Moldrifter, Emrakul, I guess. I actually think I like taking the Moldrifter here. Yeah, we don't have that much card draw, and this is very good card draw. And I don't think Miscalc will come around, but there is a chance Wrenn and 6 does, because we got a very late Taiga. Yeah, let's take the Moly Dooley here. This could become an opposition deck, and these cards are both good with opposition, but we don't have that yet, so I'm just going to take the card draw. Well, all right. I think we just snapped that off, actually. I do wish we had the Avenger of Zendikar now, but this card is pretty strong, and we have good mana for it. There's also Mana Leak and Ignoble Hierarch, but yeah, I think I like taking the opposition here. Now we can take a Misty Rainforest. There's also Thieving Skydiver, which is quite strong, and Windswept Heath, which is good too, but let's just take the perfect fetch land. So we have very good mana fixing for blue-green now. Shouldn't be too hard to play this Jace in this opposition. I wouldn't mind a few more creatures that make multiple bodies. All right, Nissa, Courser, and Karakas to a lesser extent. I think I like taking the Courser here. Yeah, we don't have a ton of cards that that like control the top of our library, like Ponder and stuff like that. But if we're hoping to get that, those would be really good here. Now we can take Lumbering Falls, and green is open enough that I expect one of these two cards will come around. And yeah, Lumbering Falls just looks great. Our mana is looking very strong. Ooh, Craterhoof Behemoth versus Flooded Strand. And there's also even Myr Battlesphere. I actually think I'm still taking Flooded Strand. But I think there's a chance Craterhoof comes around. Maybe that's wrong, but I think just now our mana is actually just so good. And we also have two fetches to pair with the Courser, which is pretty nice. I'm not saying we're going to play Circle of Dreams Druid and Cryptic Command in the same deck, but I would consider taking a Cryptic Command here. So, looking for a few more one-mana accelerants. Ideally wanted to add both blue and green. Also looking for a little bit more card draw. And maybe one or two pieces of top end, but I'm not as concerned with that. I do like that every single card... We have 7 lands, and we still have 14 playables already. Our colors are very open, or at least green is very open, and then we have a couple blue cards that are good enough that they're worth splashing. Oko would probably be the best card we could get here other than Ancestral Recall, and we're not going to get Ancestral Recall this late. But we actually could get an Oko this late. I think blue-green is super open. We've gotten pretty much all of the mana fixing. I think there's barely any mana fixing that we don't have for this deck. Ooh, Fast Bond is interesting. There's a couple lands that help us to play red, and there's also Hallowed Fountain. Hallowed Fountain would make our white mana decent. Let's see, what does Fast Bond do for us? It's good with Courser, but that's really it right now. We could get Upheaval, and it would be really sweet then. We also could get like more of the thing. Yeah, actually, I'll take the Fast Bond. We'll speculate on this. It may or may not make the cut, but I think it's not unlikely that we could also get Oracle of Moldiah and or Augur of Autumn, as I think what the other one is called. And if you have a lot of things that let you play lands off the top, this card can be pretty broken. It may or may not make the cut. Like right now, if we ended up with this sort of card draw, it would not make the cut, but we could get there. Especially, we could really go off with Library Manipulation if we get Sylvan Library. And we have Sylvan Library and Jace to set the top of our library, and then like Courser and Oracle of Moldiah to play lands off the top, and then Fast Bond to accelerate that whole process. Okay, now we have Golos, which seems pretty sweet here. Rite of Harmony is not that impressive. Yeah, let's just take the Golos. We have very good access to blue, green, and red mana. We have Golgari Signet for black. We will need to I still would like to get one more black land and then certainly a white source, but Golos should be pretty easy to enable in this deck, especially since our colors are so open, so we can afford to take land somewhat highly. I do sort of wish I had the Hallowed Fountain now, but that's not too important. Okay, we get both of the token makers on the wheel. I think we go with a cheaper one here. This also makes more bodies. Yeah, let's take this. Really good with opposition. Also good with Circle of Dreams Druid and with Toski. This pack is a bit of a brick here. White is open. No surprise there. We could take Orzhov Signet, but I don't think we're going to want that. Yeah, I'll just take Turnabout. This is a decent sideboard card in some matchups, specifically against Sneak Attack decks. Okay, Storm the Festival, good here. We do have a lot of 5s and a lot of 4s, although it can't put opposition into play. Wall of Blossoms is good with Circle of Dreams Druid and opposition. Yeah, I think Wall of Blossoms is worth taking here. I do want to have some good card draw. Nice, Nissa on the wheel. That's a good late pickup. Kitchen Finks is a good sideboard card. There's also Cave of the Frost Dragon if we want a white source, but that's not really the white source we want. Nice, late Craterhoof. That is a really good wheel. All right, still looking for a few more 1-mana accelerants, but we have all the top end we need. Don't really need any more top end. Just looking for lands to enable Golos and like 2 or 3 more 1 and 2 mana accelerants. And then, of course, I would always be happy to get some more card draw or library manipulation. With only 2 artifacts, Thirst for Knowledge isn't amazing, and also no way to use the graveyard. Oh, wow. Well, that is pretty sweet. Ancestral Recall, cannot complain there. There's also Dimir Signet, Daze, Caryatid, Gargaroth. We might try and get the Gargaroth or the Caryatid on the wheel, but Ancestral Recall is perfect. It makes me sort of wish I had taken the Eternal Witness or the Regrowth a little more highly, but still no complaints. That's a great pickup. Now we have 2 good lands to enable Golos and Ramunap Excavator, but we have 2 fetches. That's not amazing. I think I like just taking the Savannah here. Yeah, we'll take that. This is really nice with Golos. Lonus is actually interesting too. We might try and wheel Lonus. But I think Golos is worth trying to enable here. So looking for Black Land, 2 accelerants. And Oracle of Moldiah. That would be perfect. Okay, 2 fetches. Ragavan's good, but we can't play it in this deck. Treachery is very strong. In fact, maybe we're just supposed to take... Yeah, I think Treachery is the pick here. We don't have really any ways to deal with creatures, and Treachery is a very good way to do that. It's also... Can we hit that off of... Oh, wait, no, we didn't take the Festival card. Yeah, the fetches are good, but our mana is already very strong. I would take... I'd take that over most green cards. I would take the fetch over most green cards, but Treachery is definitely not going to come around. Whoa, now Prismatic Vista and Control Magic, but I think we just want to take Shelldock Isle. This is very good with Golos. Jiraga Tree Speaker. Okay, great. Great accelerant. This is probably the best accelerant we could ask for. It's possible Noble Hierarch would be better, but I think Jiraga Tree Speaker is actually better. This is probably going to be a 16-land deck, so we need 1 more playable. If the draft ended right now, we throw in Kitchen Finks and call that a deck, and I think this deck could definitely get a trophy, but we'll be still able to make some improvements. We don't have any counter magic, which is fine, but it would be nice to have a bit. Okay, Grim Monolith, Fallen Shinobi, Riftwind Cloudskate. We don't have great access to black mana. There is also Survival of the Fittest, actually. Actually, this seems pretty good. We have a lot of creatures. We have a lot of different types of effects. Yeah, I'll take the Survival. I don't love this card in general because it is like a form of card disadvantage. But... And you also need a lot of creatures to enable it. But in this deck, it seems pretty sweet. We can always just... If we have a lot of mana and we're late in the game, we can just get Craterhoof. If we need bodies, we can get Deranged Hermit. We can get Golos if we have a lot, like if we don't have a lot of land or don't have a lot of creatures in play, but we have a lot of mana. Polukranos is good if we have a lot of mana and we need to deal with small creatures. Toski is good if we just need more gas. I think we're cutting Kitchen Finks now. Yeah, I mean we have a lot of different valuable cards to search up. Okay, let's take the Llanowar Elves here. There's also Brain Freeze for the sideboard and Woodfall Primus, but I think this is worth it. Oh wow! I mean, yeah, Oracle would be good, but that is just incredible. This was the last possible pack we could get Oko. This is where we reap the real benefit of taking all those blue-green lands so aggressively. If an opponent had even one Lumbering Falls, they might try to splash this, because this is just rightly considered one of the best cards in the format. But now we get it, and we have... I guess, actually, we only have a few accelerants that enable us to play that on turn 2. Since Drug, a Tree Speaker, doesn't do that, but it still seems pretty good. Fast Bond is probably not making the cut right now. We didn't quite get enough things to combo with it, but that's fine. We could also bring it in if we're on the draw, potentially. But in the deck like this, we want to have as many creatures as possible for the survival of the fittest. Okay, Caryatid, Sword, and Gargaroth. Gargaroth is pretty good, actually. Do we have enough acceleration? I think so. Yeah, let's take the Gargaroth. Nice. Lonis and Ramonette both wheeled. I think Lonis is the pick here. Lonis actually seems quite good since we have such a high creature count. I think we cut Thirst for Knowledge and Golgari Signet here. Alright, I'll take Smokestack. Decent sideboard card, actually. We still need to make some more cuts. Well, actually, no. We could play 6 lands and 15 basics, potentially. But I kind of want to do 16 lands in this deck. Maybe we cut Circle of Dreams Druid. It's decent, but we don't have that many uses for extreme amounts of mana. Ooh, Pod. Is that playable for us? We have good 2-drops to Pod into. Our 3s don't really have Enter the Battlefield effects. Oh, also, we're going to have to play Swamp if we want to play the Golos. Well, out of the non-creatures, I think they're all pretty uncuttable. I'm definitely not cutting Treachery. I'm definitely not cutting Jace. Definitely not cutting Opposition. Oh, Birthing Pod is not actually worth it. Yeah, let's just cut that. Yeah, then I think it is just Circle of Dreams Druid. And now we'll add 1 Swamp. Let's see. If we did it like this, how does the mana look? I think the mana is going to look very good. Because we just have great fixing. We'll sort by color. We're definitely heavier green, but we have a decent number of blue. And also, notably, 3 of our blue cards are double blue. So we have for green, we really want to have green on mana on turn 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's great. All but 1, add green mana on turn 1. Oh, that's the one that doesn't. For blue, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That seems fine. Yeah, that seems fine. And then I'm not worried about any of the other colors. Those are just for Golos. We could try and add a 10th blue source, but I don't think that's necessary. Yeah, we're like this. This deck looks really sweet. I'm excited to see how it plays out. I think blue-green isn't always the best color combination, but it was super open here. We had great mana. We have some good threats. We could struggle a bit against mono-green that's going over the top of us, but, I mean, we could still... I mean, Oko can win on its own. Opposition can really lock down opponents, and then we have the Craterhoof, too. Yeah, seems sweet. See you in round 1. Alright, we have our opponent for round 1 with our sweet blue-green opposition deck. Whoa. Can we win the die roll? No, we cannot, but we have a great hand. We have mana, we have card draw, we have our top end, we have Swamp. Classic. This Swamp is totally fine, though. We don't have Rofellos or anything, and we have all of our blue and green mana, so it will not hurt us here at all. Whoa, that is a lot. Our opponent is on a mulligan. Playing against blue, alright. Lotus Bloom. That's a little scary. Let's go Tree Speaker on 1. We're not playing Ancestral this turn, but that's fine. They play Signet, alright. We don't have any ways to interact with artifacts other than Oko, which is a little sad. Sheldock Isle, alright, let's go Island, level this up. And then play Finnorn Elves. So if we had played Finnorn Elves first, it would be exactly equivalent here. The reason to do it in this order is if we drew another 1 mana play, we would have an extra green mana. But since we didn't draw it, these two are exactly equivalent. If the opponent's doing Storm stuff, that's pretty bad for us. We don't really have great ways to interact with them. I mean, just killing them with Craterhoof is interaction. And then we can play Opposition. Ooh, Tinker. Well, we might just die to this. Something like a Sundering Titan wouldn't be too bad. If they have Blightsteel Colossus, that would be quite bad. We have Treachery, but that's really our only out. I guess Oko is also... Yeah, well, we have outs. Treachery, Oko. Okay, Inkwell Leviathan is not terrible. We just need to erase it. It's Ancestral ourselves. Let's try and find something. Okay, do we want to get Opposition down or Wall of Blossoms? I think we need to actually get Wall of Blossoms down because we need to set up Craterhoof. Opposition to shut down their lands is fine, but not great. And they're not getting their Lotus this turn either. So let's go Wall of Blossoms. It would also be great if we could turn Sheldock Isle on quickly. Muldrifter, okay. Let's just evoke Muldrifter. I think I'll fetch green-white with this. Or red-green. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Well, we have a Flooded Strand that can get Savannah, but not Taiga. So I'll get Taiga. Alright, we're already down to 23 cards in library. We do have to discard the hand size, but that doesn't matter. We'll just pitch this breeding pool. Oh, wait, this is the turn where this comes off. Okay, maybe we did want to get opposite. No, I think it's still good to do this. We'll see. If they play some backbreaking play, that will be bad, but we need to beat this Inkwell Leviathan. I don't want to just lose to their board while worrying about what else they could have. Okay, opposition is great against Grim Monolith. Oh, they're using it immediately, though. 6 mana. Bolus the Citadel. Okay, that's actually not too bad for us. I mean, it's not good. Actually, yeah, it is pretty bad. But I still don't hate our position. We can put Craterhoof under the Sheldock. That seems really good here, actually. Treachery. Okay, actually, that doesn't help us here. Let's go Jace the Mind Sculptor. Brainstorm. Deranged Hermit's a great pickup. A lot of these are. Let's just put back land Craterhoof and then play Sheldock Isle. Craterhoof Behemoth, which is live next turn. And then is there any value? Well, okay, let's think about this. We could attack for 1 or level up the Tree Speaker. I can't imagine leveling up the Tree Speaker helps us at all. So I'll just hit them for 1. And then next turn, we can put Craterhoof into play and an attack with 3 creatures that are all getting +4/+4. That would get, so that's 12 points of pump plus 7 points of initial power. That's swinging for exactly 19, which would be lethal. We'll see if they have anything. We're really in bad shape if they have a counterspell. One option would be if they kill the Jace, we could play opposition first. And then and then make sure they're out of blue mana. The problem is that gives them another turn with Bolas' Citadel. Okay, they're tapping out. Hopefully they don't mess with our mana. Like if there's a Hangerback Walker. Okay, Walking Bliss is bad. That can kill Draga Tree Speaker. They just go at us with the Inkwell, alright. Yeah, I think we're dead here, actually. Unless we top deck a cheap creature. Sundering Titan off the top. Okay, that actually might help us a lot. Yeah, I think we can win now. Huh. Well, it's close. We'll see. Okay, they kill our Tree Speaker now. So we don't have enough mana to Treachery the Sundering Titan. We can bounce it. Oko, no, that doesn't help us. Okay, how do we win here? We can bounce the Sundering Titan, put the Craterhoof into play, and swing with 2 creatures that each get +3/+3. That's 6 points of pump plus 6 points of initial power, and that is lethal. Sweet. No need to play anything else. I guess we... Actually, yeah, might as well play around Daze. There's no reason not to. So we'll go... Tropical Island, Float a Blue, bounce your Sundering Titan. They kill our Tropical Island. Then we use Craterhoof. Then we play Craterhoof for the win. Wow, what a close game 1. They had turn 3 Inkwell Leviathan, which is pretty scary. But I think we get the job done anyways. With a full hand, no less. I believe Craterhoof is the only card in the format that wins here. They can't have Force of Will. Wow, great start to the day. This could be a tough matchup, though. We don't have great interaction for what they're doing. Like, we don't have Reclamation Sage or anything like that. Oko is good. All right, what do we want to do here? We definitely don't want to bring in Show and Tell. I don't love Treachery. It's bad against all the threats we've seen. Bad against Walking Ballista. and Inkwell Leviathan. And in general, it's a card that we want against like green decks and stuff like that. I think we cut that. We could bring in Fast Bond to be a little, just to speed ourselves up. We could bring in Signet. We could bring in Smokestack. How good is Smokestack here? I don't love Circle of Dreams Druid. It's very bad against Walking Ballista. Kitchen Finks doesn't seem great. Yeah, Smokestack or Fast Bond. Let's bring in Fast Bond on the draw. I think we did have a lot of lands in our hand there, and our deck has decent card draw. And then we'll see if we draw the Fast Bond, what do we want it to be? Golgari Signet, Kitchen Finks, Birthing Pod, Smokestack, another land, Treachery, Thirst for Knowledge. There's a lot of cards that this could be. Worth noting that now that we know that they have Inkwell Leviathan, having an island in play is something we should avoid if we can. Obviously, we're going to need to get it sometime. But if we already have like Botanical Sanctum and Shelldock Isle, then we're going to go out of our way to fetch. Like, I would fetch a basic forest over a tropical island at that point. Because this is one of the decks that actually can put enough toughness on the ground to block and kill an Inkwell Leviathan. A 7/11 versus, like, blue-white control might as well be a 7 infinite. Like, I mean, I guess you can chump block it to save a little bit of life, but you're never going to kill it. But this deck can put a lot of power onto the board. Oh, we do have Trigon Predator. This card is really good in this matchup. Let's just go turn 1, Arbor Elf, turn 2, Trigon Predator. Although, realistically, turn 2 Oko is probably just always going to be our best draw. I want to make sure I didn't accidentally pause it poorly. Okay, good. On the draw again for game 2. All right, turn 2 Oko. This is perfect. Opposition also could be pretty good here. There's a chance they just stone cold lose to this card. It shuts down. It's like very hard for that deck to kill. It shuts down Bolas' Citadel. It shuts down all of their mana. If they get a quick, I mean, they could just go like turn 1 Island, Mana Crypt, Inkwell Leviathan, or Tinker for Inkwell Leviathan, and we do probably lose to that. But other than really broken Tinker draws, I think this hand can beat pretty much anything they would throw at us. We also have double blue, which is nice. No reason to get the Taiga down here, just in case they're playing Wasteland. Rector Signet, okay. I think I'm just going to turn that into an Elk, actually. And I am going to have to get a blue-green land here, because we need... Yeah, I mean, it's really good here. Tropical Island lets us have double blue. And yeah, it's close between... Yeah, no, it probably is worth it to just turn this into an Elk or slow them down. They can attack the Oko for 3, but Oko is just so ridiculous that that's not even close to killing it. And then next turn we can play Opposition and make a food, probably. Although we'll see what we draw. If we draw another creature, I play Lonis. Golos. Okay, that's a good draw, but we can't play it yet. I think we do want to play Opposition here, so a plus for a food. Play Taiga and play Opposition, which doesn't currently do anything, but it's just mana efficient. I guess the other option would be to play Lonis and immediately make him into an Elk, but I don't think that's necessary here. So we have a couple draws that would just win. Deranged Hermit would be incredible. And then if we don't draw anything, we can still Golos, and we have all our colors. We can just grab our 1 Swamp and play Savannah, and then Golos is pretty much a must-answer threat. 5 mana, what's this? 4 mana? Oh, Walking Ballista would be annoying here. Walking Ballista would be quite bad, because they could go kill Arbor Elf and Oko. And then, I mean, we're still not in terrible shape. They only have 1 card, but they dealt with our board effectively at that point. They definitely need to at least kill the Oko. They probably should also kill the Arbor Elf, although that's a little bit close. But then they only have 1 card, and they only have 5 mana. If their last card is Tinker, that's bad. But They mulligan to 5, and now they're trading down on resources, which I think is fine for us. All right. So hoping to draw any creature that we can get value off of with Lowness. We don't draw it. I'll save this for Jace the Mind Sculptor. Actually, no. There's no reason to save this because we need to fetch for a double blue anyways if we draw Jace. So I'm just going to fetch now to take the land out of the deck. We'll play Lowness and pass turn. And I think we're just going to crack the food end of turn. Right, this doesn't have any interaction with food tokens. Yeah, so we'll take 3. Still at a plenty high life total. I guess taking 1 life does put us on a multiple of 3, which speeds up their clock by a turn. But this Rakdos Signet is not going to go the distance. Grab Breeding Pool. We already have an island, so not worried about that. Okay, Swamp. Let's just go Swamp Golos. Oh, I should have tapped. Yeah, that was a misplay. We should have just tapped the thing. There's no reason to let that hit us. We're grabbing Sheldock Isle here, since we already have all our colors. Could also grab Lumbering Falls, but I like Sheldock better. Alright, Ancestral Recall, not terrible. Actually, Trigon Predator is somewhat of a consideration. Oh, also, I should have cracked the food. Alright, a couple slightly lazy plays there, but I still think we're in a phenomenal position. Let's tap an island. Do we want to tap a second island and take 3? I think that's actually fine. Yeah, let's just try and constrain their mana. And the next one we can go land and spin Golos. Lotus Petal, alright. They crack it for red, interesting. Pyroclasm to kill Lotus, sure. Now we get to spin Golos, though. I think that is worth it rather than playing Muldrifter. Among other things, it also turns on our Sheldock Isle for next turn. Okay, not great hits, but it still puts 2 bodies on the board so we can continue to cut their mana. And I think I'm just going to take 3 again and just tap 3 lands. Unfortunately, they still do have Tinker mana. But we're getting to the point where we might be able to beat an Inkwell Leviathan because we're churning through our deck really quickly. And if we can ever find a Craterhoof Behemoth, we just win. Okay, they just play Island, swing for 3. Let's just spin Golos again. Oh, whoops, wait. Tap this for blue. Okay, we'll play Wall of Blossoms first. And then, yeah, the Survival of the Fittest can find his Craterhoof next turn. I don't even think we want to play the Botanical Sanctum. I think I'd rather just have the mana to use the Survival. Let's just pass. Yeah, no point leveling up the Hex Drinker. So we can crack the clue or the food end of turn if we need to for some reason. But we're assuming we're just going to be tapping lands and then searching up Craterhoof and killing them next turn. They can't play anything like Upheaval. Time Walk would not be lethal, although Time Walk into something would be bad. Okay, they just played Island. That's game. So let's search up, discard Corsair to find Craterhoof, and that is lethal. Alright, sweet. Very, very smooth start. We are 1-0. I'll see you in round 2. Alright, we have our opponent for round 2. We started very smoothly in round 1, and we even rolled a 6 here. So, life is good. This hand is unplayable, though. This hand is also unplayable. Pretty brutal start. Hopefully, we can draw Ancestral Recall in our 5-card hand. That'll put us back up to parity. Opponent kept 7. That's bad. Alright, I don't think we can go down even lower, but this is a really bad hand. Let's put back... We need the land and the Wall of Blossoms for sure. I think we put back Toski and one of these two. I think it'll be Nissa. And then this hand can beat creature decks. There will be some matchups that are really bad. I mean, we mulled to 5, which is obvious. And yeah, it's not even a good 5. If we had Ancestral Recall, that would be one thing. If we had like turn 2 Oko or something that could win easily in this position, but I'm not feeling great about our odds here. Survival of the Fittest was maybe the worst draw on our deck. Any land certainly would have been better, and it's just going to be too slow, I think. Wall of Blossoms is probably good in this matchup, and this actually should be a good matchup in general. I think Mono White deck is probably one of our better matchups, but like this is a really anemic draw. All right, I'm going to play... Oh, this is so awkward. I guess I'll play Lonus. We need to draw cards to get back into this game. They're probably going to go into turn one of the instant speed 2-drops. Oh, no play. Okay, that's good for us. Treachery is awkward against Mother of Runes. Although our plan is probably going to be set up a turn where we play Monstrous Polukranos to kill this and then use Treachery to steal it when it's tapped. So it'll just depend on how much pressure they can get down before that. Kitchen Finks. Okay, that's not very scary at all. We do need to draw lands, though, badly. Oko, brutal. Alright, well, get the elf down, we get a food, or a clue, but we can't crack it this turn. No attacks, of course. They still can't attack. If we hadn't mulliganed to 5 and we hadn't missed land drops, we would be crushing them right now. This is a very weak draw from them. But given that we started so behind on resources and now we're missing land drops, I still don't feel very ahead. Flicker Wisp to flicker Kitchen Finks and gain 2 life. Okay, that's not too bad. I mean, it's a flyer, but I'm not too afraid of that. Still really want to draw land. Craterhoof Behemoth, brutal. All right, we need to draw a land here, I think. I mean, we could just play Oko and plus, but I think we are not going to win this game if we don't hit land drops. Jeez. If we can get up to Craterhoof, that would win probably, but we're just still treading water with only 2 lands in play. We are starting to take damage here, but only 3. We also don't have double blue yet. Okay, they take out our Lonus. I would rather lose Lonus than one of the elves here, I think. Rishadan Port. Okay, so they can lock us out of blue mana. I'll probably just crack the clue in response. Ooh, don't love that. Because now their Kitchen Finks can swing in. Yeah, that's actually really bad. We'll take this. I guess our outs are defined at blue source plus opposition. They'll tap our land in our upkeep and we'll just crack the clue in response. Brutal. Come on, deck. Are you kidding me? Alright. Well, we're going to lose this game, but this should be a very good matchup. Our hand is just so stacked, but we've gone through 14 cards and only seen 3 lands. Yeah, I don't think we could have done anything differently this game. We had 2 completely unplayable hands, then mulligan to a playable 5-card hand. I'm just going to concede here. It's good to know about the sword, but yeah, we can't win from this position. Alright, so playing against an aggressive deck. We want Kitchen Finks. I kind of want Smokestack. It's a little slow. Actually, no, Smokestack's probably bad, because they might have stuff like Token Makers. What do we cut here? I think I like... Oh, Toski, definitely. Yeah, we don't want Toski. We'll run like this and hope to keep 7, and then also hope to draw some lands. We're on the play. Brutal. Why can't we get a reasonable 7? Okay, this hand is keepable. Let's put back, I think, Muldrifter, just because we don't have any blue mana. Then we'll go Elf on turn 1, with the plan of doing Hexdrinker on 2. No Mother of Runes. Good. One of the worst draws in our deck, for sure. Any land would have been better. Any green spell would have been better. I guess like a double blue spell would have been worse. We've had some frustrating mana things this game. I really hope we can draw a land here. Stoneforge Mystic. Okay, that can find Sword of Feast and Famine. We can kill that with Trigon Predator, hopefully. Okay, sweet draw. Do we want to play Polukranos or get the Trigon Predator down? Or just level this up. I don't think we level this up all the way. Let's play Trigon Predator, I think. Or even just Polukranos. Actually, yeah, I'm just going to Well, no. I do want to be able to level this up. Alright, yeah, we'll level this up one more time, hit them for 4, and play Trigon Predator. Then if we draw land, we can make Hexdrinker 6/6 next turn. And that would be a 2-turn clock. That would be essentially unblockable. If we don't draw land, I guess we just play Polukranos, which is a lot worse. Okay, they played Loyal Warhound. That's fine. Didn't play land, didn't go. And pass. Do they have Swords to Plowshares? Mother of Runes. Okay, that actually doesn't really matter here. Hopefully we can just draw land. Arbor Elf. Brutal. We swing with both of these. Yeah, Arbor Elf is just such a terrible draw there. Any land would have been good. Any spell that impacts the board, that's basically like a tapped land here. They could double block the Hexdrinker if they want to, and I would be very happy to see that here. Because we have plenty more gas. And then if they take 6, I'm also very happy with that. Okay, they do go for the double block. Alright, fair enough. Let's make this trade. And then drop Polukranos into play. Pass turn. So if they have a land in hand, they can play and equip this sword. And then untap all their lands. But that's not that scary. We can kill the sword with the Trigon Predator. And have just a beefy Polukranos in play. I guess if they go land, play sword, equip sword, and then have a removal spell, that would be bad. So we take this, discard Arbor Elf, which is, like I said, very bad here. If this Arbor Elf was a basic land, we win this game for sure. We could have leveled up Hexdrinker all the way. Just be like a Flicker Wisp or something, please. Actually, Flicker Wisp could block this. Best case scenario would be Kitchen Finks, for sure. Oh, let's go. Alright, we draw the Swamp, but I think... Oh, they just concede, alright. Yeah, we were going to win that game. We would attack with Trigon Predator and Polukranos. They'd probably block with Kitchen Finks. Then we'd kill their sword, Monstrous, and kill both of their dudes. Pretty solid win, even though we did have some more mana issues. We're on the draw now. Fast Bond seems bad. I don't think we want Smokestack. I think we just run it back. This should be a good matchup, I think. We have some really good blockers. Elder Gargaroth seems incredible against them. Polukranos is also quite good. Yeah, I'll just run it like this. Show and Tell is worth mentioning. This isn't a great Show and Tell deck in general. Like, I guess putting Craterhoof into play is fine. Just being like, you know, this could give you turn 2 Elder Gargaroth some games, which is pretty strong. But I still think we run it like this. We could cut the Treachery in light of the Mother of Runes, but that's only one card in the deck, and in the games where they don't have Mother of Runes, Treachery is one of our best cards. We cannot draw an Accelerant for the life of us. Jeez. I'm going to ship this again. I think we need to have a play in the first 2 turns. Okay, this doesn't have a play in the first 2 turns, but it has Ancestral Recall, so I will keep it. Put back Craterhoof. No 1-drop. Good. So let's grab the blue-green land that's painless, and then pass and Ancestral in their upkeep, so they can't play Mana Tithe, and so we don't have to discard hand size. Ouch! Really, really hoping to get some acceleration here. If they're just hitting for 2, that is good for us, but come on, deck. Brutal. Alright, we'll just put Breeding Pool into play tapped and pass, discarding a Forest. Fast Bond would be good here. We don't even have a play for turn 3. We've gone through 12 cards, and we haven't drawn a single card that costs less than 3 other than 1 Ancestral. Okay, Lingering Souls is slow. Oko's a good draw. So let's go land, Oko, and plus. This is probably going to die to the Souls eventually, but it's going to soak up a lot of damage and buy us a lot of time. They don't have black mana, so they can't flash back the Souls yet. If they animate Factory and attack, that's totally fine. Flicker Wisp to flicker the food token. Okay, sure. Wall of Blossoms doesn't help us here. Okay, I think we should make another food. and then play Jace and Brainstorm. And they can kill the Jace, but then we're going to get to untap with Oko, and we're getting some value out of the Jace still. We could also bounce the Flicker Wisp. Actually, let's do that. This just continues to buy time. They will kill our Jace, but we're just like, we're stalling them. And the next turn we can go Treachery into Golos and sort of build up our board and our mana. Okay, they flicker our food token again, kill our Jace. So this Jace was basically just a time walk. But we did gain some more loyalty on Oko, so that's pretty good. They kill the Planeswalker. And then we go Treachery or Flicker Wisp into Golos. No! That is brutal. That sucks. I mean, I think we're still supposed to jam there. We're not going to just play Wall of Blossoms, but I still like our position. Deranged Hermit's likely to set us up with lethal attack pretty soon. They can hit Oko for 7 damage, but he still survives. So Oko is really just being a magnet for damage here. We're still at 17 because we've had this Oko. It's annoying that all their creatures fly. I think we just go Island Golos here. Wait, I think our white source is a Savannah, right? If it is, then we want to fetch the Savannah first instead. I don't want to have to shock, though. Yeah, Savannah. Okay, sweet. So we'll go land, fetch Savannah, and then Golos for Shelldock Isle. Looking for Crater Hoof. Okay, there's the Crater Hoof. So in 2 turns, we should be able to win. We will just make... I think I'm going to turn the Smuggler's Copter into 3/3, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Now we can block it with Golos. Next turn, we put a ton of bodies into play, and the turn after, we should be able to win with Crater Hoof. The only ways that gets disrupted is if they have Wasteland or Strip Mine, or if they somehow kill us, which could happen. Oh, okay. Actually, no, we can chump block the Smuggler's Copter. If they put the sword in the Smuggler's Copter, we'll chump block with Golos. But we might just die here. They have a lot of damage, although we can clog up the ground very well. They can kill Oko with Flicker Wisp and hit us for 4. We'll discard probably just this island. We already have 7 mana. Yeah, we can discard island. Actually, yeah, we'll discard island. Well, does the Wall of Blossoms help us at all? Not really, but the island also doesn't. Okay, after a lot of deliberation, we will discard the island. We can still crack the food token if we want to. Nissa, interesting. Do we have enough to play Nissa into Deranged Hermit? We could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Okay, I do wish this was an island now, because if it was, we would be able to crack the food. I don't think that'll matter, but that's worth noting. So Shelldock Isle is live. We have enough so that even if they have a Rishadan Port, we can do it in our upkeep. We'll just pass. I want to leave the Golos back because it can block a ground creature that has a sword on it. And then I think we should be able to win here. We're safe against Mana Tithe. Swords of Plowshares or something wouldn't do it. They can't have Time Walk or anything. I guess Elspeth's Knight Errant would make us take 6, 12. Yeah, Elspeth Knight Errant would have killed us, but they don't have it. Part of the reason to shut down the Smuggler's Copter is to shut down their card draw. Okay, they're just killing Nissa. Our Planeswalkers were just fogs here, basically. They didn't really do anything other than just, like, stall, but they did a good job of stalling. So we're not playing... Or, actually, I guess we can pay 5 for... No, there's no reason to. I'm just going to take the draw step. Okay, let's go Forest, or Wall of Blossoms, and then we'll get the play Shelldock. We have enough damage to win no matter what. I guess, ooh, it actually, so I didn't even think about this, but if you have exactly 20 cards, you can get destroyed by Unexpectedly Absent. That's sort of cool. But they don't have it here, so we get a Crater Hoof, and that is plenty of damage to win, despite the fact they have a lot of flyers. Alright, good start. We're 2-0. I'll see you in the finals with this sweet blue-green opposition deck. Alright, we have our opponent for the finals. And we win the die roll. Pretty good start. Can we get a keepable 7? Yes, I'd rather the Hex Drinker be an accelerant, so we could have turn 2 Oko, but still a really good draw. We have good mana, good plays, including Mana Sink, Interaction, Courser to help prevent too much flood. Are we playing against another aggressive deck? I think that would probably be good for us. Yeah, red. Do they have a burn spell for that? Burst Lightning, that's fine. We could either get a white source with this or get Breeding Pool, depending on what they do. If we do get a white source, that's better with Golos, but it means that we could be in bad shape if we get Wastelanded or Strip Mined. But I still think I'm just going to grab Savannah here. I guess we also maybe should have just saved that for Courser. But there's another one. Let's go land Oko. They are not representing Mana Tithe or Daze or anything like that. Make a food. And red-green decks could struggle against Oko. Most of their removal is going to be damage-based. And, Teamer. Okay. Llanowar Elves. And Time Walk. Don't like that. So we'll see what their play is here. If they have, like, Questing Beast, that could be a little annoying. Guy's Cradle, okay. 5 mana. Nissa. Okay, that was a really good Time Walk. This is not good for us. Oko takes 3. And Oko's probably going to die here. Okay, let's go Courser. Forest off the top, that's good. Jace on top, that's also good. Drag a Tree Speaker, turn this into a 3-3, and pass. We could swing at the Nissa, but that's not worth it. They could just let the Nissa take it if they wanted to, and then swing back at our Oko. They have a decent amount of mana here. Chandra, jeez. They're playing all these basic... Yeah, their deck looks really sketchy. I mean, they have very powerful cards, but they've played Gaia's Cradle in their Chandra, Nissa, Time Walk deck. And the mana has just worked perfectly, even though they've played mostly basics. There's a Courser. Okay, they already played land this turn. Oh, wait, no, I think they did play land this turn. They can't attack. Or they can, I guess. They could trade the mountain with the Draga Tree Speaker. Okay, we can Jace to bounce one of their lands if we want to. This is an interesting decision. I think I like just getting my own Nissa down this turn. Yeah, let's go. Do we want to draw the Survival of the Fittest also? I think we do. Because we have Jace. Yeah, let's go land, gain a life, level up Draga Tree Speaker. Play our own Nissa. We're going to untap our only non-forest, which is Botanical Sanctum. We still have double blue from the Flooded Strand. And then do we want to make a food or do something else? I think I'm just going to make a food here. Yeah, we'll do that. And pass turn. And then next turn, if our Nissa survives, which it's likely to do, we'll have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 mana. So we can play Survival and Jace and Craterhoof. We have exactly enough to do all of that. Craterhoof would probably not be lethal, though, because we would have to be tapping all our creatures. So we're probably going to need to last for 2 turns for that. They play Layla. Okay, that's fine. I guess they can kill one of our planeswalkers here. They're probably going to kill Oko. Well, actually, I don't know. I care more about the Nissa than the Oko for sure here. Their board is very stacked. Jeez, we're going to need to find Craterhoof very soon. If they hadn't had the Time Walk here, we win this game very easily. But they essentially went, like, turn... Yeah, they dropped Nissa very early. They basically have to choose one Planeswalker to kill. They can't attack both of them effectively. Sending 3 things at Nissa and Layla. At this point, they just need to send everything at Nissa. And at that point, we will let Nissa die and be in bad shape. Yeah, their deck is similar to ours, but they just have Time Walk and Gaia's Cradle, so... Wait, what? Oh, they braid our land, too. Yeah, this is looking very, very bad. Okay, we're going to fetch that away. Because we need to play Jace. We're just dead on board, though, right? I don't really see a way we can win this. We're going to have 3 mana left over. Like, what are we trying to brainstorm into? I'm not sure exactly, but we need to try. Treachery's a good one. Unfortunately, we can't play it this turn. There's a Deranged Hermit. Okay. What's our plan this turn? I mean, the only way we can win is if we find Craterhoof. So I think we do need to keep the survival. So let's put back Muldrift or Treachery. I mean, we're just dead, right? Yeah, I think I'm just going to concede here. Well, maybe not. I guess I won't concede quite yet. But, I mean, they can just plus Chandra, hit us for damage. Layla's going to be huge. We're probably going to need Chump Block. Actually, yeah, we're dead. If we had Shelldock Isle with the Craterhoof under it, we could maybe get, like, Deranged Hermit down and then get the Craterhoof down, but they just are going way too wide. They have Scavenging Ooze in their deck. That's good for us, because that card is not playable in the main deck, probably. Do we have any sideboard plans for this matchup? Not really. Yeah, we're dead. We're dead here. All right. So, very similar deck. If they hadn't had the Time Walk, we win that game easily, I think. They have some burn, which I don't like, to mess with our mana development. I think we just run it back, though. Actually, Trigon Predator seems not that great. I'll bring in Circle of Dreams Druid. And then we'll run it like this. No lander. Alright, this is a good hand. Let's put back Taiga, I think. And then keep the fetches with the Courser, which is a good combo. Llanowar Elves. Hopefully they don't have a Burst Lightning for it. Brutal. And we draw a bad draw. Okay, yeah, this is not looking good. We're probably going to lose this game. Man, I thought this was a good deck. It is a good deck, but falling in the finals is always a brutal way to go. Okay, Bloodthirsty Adversary is great for us. Their deck is strange. Like, how are you playing that in your Ancestral Vision? I guess, actually, this card is sort of sweet with Ancestral Vision, but their deck is very scattered. Like, they look like an aggressive deck here, even though they're not. So we'll grab a Breeding Pool here. Then go Forest, Courser, I think. Yeah, this slows down their attacks. Elder Gargaroth on top. Okay, we have some beefy boys. Ancient Tomb, no! Come on! I was thinking like, oh, they can't get this with Chandra, but then of course they have the one thing that would do that. That really, really sucks. So, fetch a breeding pool or a tropical. I don't think we're doing Golo stuff. Well, I guess I will get Taiga and play Elder Gargaroth or play Pelucranos. Man, they've had such a good draw. Their answers have lined up really well with our plays. They had like the turn 1 removal spell for our mana dude that was really important, and then they had the unexpected accelerant into removal spell for our 4 toughness dude on turn 3. They have no forest though. They're playing Ancient Tomb and Gaia's Cradle. Nissa seems so hard to cast, but it all has worked out pretty well for them so far. Okay, they just play a tiny dude. If we draw land, we can Monstrous the Pelucranos and make a nice attack. Oko. Could still Monstrous the Pelucranos. Or just play Nissa. That's actually really close. Let's attack their Chandra to start. I think I'm actually just going to Monstrous Pelucranos to kill the Embereth Shieldbreaker. No, I really want to hit land drops. And Oko's so good. This is really close. Yeah, this is very, very close. I think if we Monstrous the Pelucranos, then we kill their board and we have a 6/6 on the battlefield. That seems like it's a good position. We're using 3 mana anyway, so there's no most mana efficient play. If we play Nissa, that does potentially open up the possibility of Oko plus Monstrous next turn. Yeah, let's just do this. So then they're going to chump block with the Bloodthirsty Adversary and Chandra. They'll have Chandra, but no creatures. Now, just hoping to draw lands. We have drawn 6 lands already, though, so only 10 out of 28 cards are lands in our deck. Okay, Layla's fine. We can turn that into an Elk if we want to. Do they even attack, though? Then they'd lose their Chandra. Okay, they do attack. We'll see what they hit. Trigon Predator. Yeah, their deck is... I mean, if their mana works perfectly, their deck is very, very good. Otherwise, it seems pretty terrible. Arbor Elf, okay. Let's go kill your Chandra. Then Nissa into Elf, I think. And chump block Layla. We could have also used Oko, but I think I like getting 2 blockers down to make sure that they can't kill us this turn. They get to draw a card off the Layla, but I don't think that matters too much. I guess if they have Time Walk, it's bad. But that was going to be true no matter what. Hit the forest. We'll chump block with Nissa. Then I think we do need to Oko this Layla this turn before it gets big enough that it can start tangling with our other dudes. Just no Time Walk. No Time Walk, please. No. Oh, Young Pyromancer. Okay, we can beat that. Then they have a Scavenger Goose. All right, we can beat that too. They have 1 card. We draw land. Not really what we wanted at this stage. Let's just play Oko. Turn Layla into a 3/3. Pass turn. And then if they attack Layla at Oko... If they attack... Yeah, we'll see what their attack is. But we will probably end up trading Pelucranos with their Layla. Do they have a green source to fetch with this Arid Mason? No, so they can only make their Scavenging Ooze a 3/3. If they swing with just Layla, totally happy just trading off here. Alright. We have this Elder Gargaroth in hand, which is good. Ancestral Recall, great draw. So let's start with that. Then go land, Elder Gargaroth. And I'm gonna make a food which we might just end up cracking for life here, depending on what our opponent does. They eat the Courser, that's totally fine. And then this Gargaroth should be able to take over the game. I think we can even beat Time Walk. The only thing we need to avoid here is Zealous Conscripts. If they have exactly Conscripts this turn, we die, but I think we can beat it even if it's later. If they have Nissa, that's fine. Sure. This card is only good if you play it early. That's another reason why I think it's so bad in a deck that's like splashing for it, sort of. They don't have any attacks. I will just crack this food end of turn. It means we can't use Oko to make it 3-3 next turn, but I don't think that matters. I probably will just play like Toski and make it a 3-3 or something. But going up to 9 life seems like it puts it pretty much out of reach. We draw, okay. Let's start by just swinging at Elder Gargaroth at Nissa and making it 3-3. Now they can double block with the land and the Scavenging Ooze, and we're just going to have to trade with the Skoos, which is going to go up to 5 toughness, but that's fine. Gargaroth still put in some good work for us, and we have Oko going. Yep, they block like that. Let's put the Skoos in front. This is fine. The Ooze is decent here, but I still think we're in a really good spot. I guess they do have Nissa going, which is a little scary here, but I think we're going to be able to do enough things that it doesn't matter. So we play Lonis, play Circle of Dreams Druid. Unfortunately, we don't have enough mana to also play Toski, but that's fine. We could make this, or we could steal their land and give them the clue, but I don't really want to give them card draw when they have this much mana. So I think I'm just going to make a food token. And I guess I'll crack this clue now in case we draw another 1-drop. Okay. We'll pass with the option of cracking the food token if we want to. They suspend Ancestral. That's super slow. They can make 2 3/3s and swing at Oko with both of them. We'll trade 1 beast with one of their lands, and Oko will take 3, and that's fine. Oh, they swing at us? That's a bad play for sure. Well, maybe it's not a bad play, but it's not a game-winning play at all. I guess I'll go for their forest. Then we're going to steal their mountain. We could die to, like, Banefire, I guess. Alright, they messed up there, but I think they were going to die either way. Let's go Toski. Make a clue. We'll crack the clue. Shelldock Isle, okay. There's the Craterhoof, so we're set to win next turn. And do we want to swing anything? Well, we'll definitely send the mountain at Nissa. What happens if we just send everything at Nissa? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so they need to chump block with the Young Pyromancer. Yeah, I think that seems good. Or not chump block, they'll probably trade it with Lonis or something, but that's fine. And now the only thing that beats us is something like a Banefire, like a 6 damage burn spell essentially. Time Walk, I don't think would do it. Toski is a pretty good blocker. Okay, the more I see of their deck, the less afraid of it I am. Embereth Shieldbreaker is horrible. Young Pyromancer is horrible. Scavenging Ooze is not like that pressing of a threat. Let's just do this now. No reason to do anything fancy. All right. So, game 3 of the finals. Doesn't get higher stress than that. I just want to make sure I'm not paused right now. Okay, good. Yeah. One more game. That's all we need to win. Do we want to make any changes? Turnabout could be good, but I think it's too narrow. Like, it'll be good in situations where we both have Planeswalkers, like we both have Oko and Nissa going, and like they're about to set up an Alpha String and swing, and we just need like one more turn to set up Craterhoof. But yeah, I think that's too narrow. Trigon Predator still looks pretty bad. Fast Bond is better on the draw, for sure. And Toski is worse on the draw. Could also bring in Golgari's Signet over Toski on the draw. Yeah, I think I like doing that, actually. Let's do that. I just want to make sure we have some mana. Kitchen Finks is also reasonable. It's good against... Well, actually, Kitchen Finks could be good here. Maybe we want that, actually. It's good against... they have, like, a couple dudes that are attacking on the ground, and it can, like, it's okay at holding down the fort against Nissa. Yeah, we'll do that. Well, I can imagine wanting that to be a Signet. If we have no acceleration in the first 2 turns, that will be really bad. Oh, this hand is bad. I think I can do better. Okay, this hand is not better, but I will keep it. I don't want to go to... Actually, maybe. It's probably slightly better. But it is awkward. Hopefully they don't have a 1-drop. Good. Shelldock Isle. We have a funnily low number of green sources here. Treachery is interesting. It's sort of like a ritual in this spot. I don't love putting a bunch of green lands at the bottom, though. Ancient Tomb, come on. Turn 2, Layla. That's just brutal. I don't think we can win through that, probably. Unless we get very lucky. Alright. We'll play Lonis. This is just going to become huge and draw them a bunch of cards. But we can chump block it forever with Deranged Hermit. But it's still just going to be drawing them a card every turn. I guess we could try and get to Treachery. It does filter through their deck, so it turns Treachery on faster. So maybe that's one out for us. Ancestral, okay, they can't do anything with that. We're already down to 11, though. They just play Embereth, Shieldbreaker, okay. We'll go Island, Nissa. Grab a Forest. We can bounce their Layla, which is not terrible. We need them to not have a lot more action, but we can beat the board. Expressive Iteration is good, but a little slow. At least it's not adding pressure this turn. It does make Layla bigger, but that doesn't really matter. We're chump blocking with Nissa this turn. If they attack with both, I think I just chump with Nissa and block Layla, and block the Embereth Shieldbreaker. Although we could let... Maybe we do just take a hit for 6, as bad as that is, and then we can potentially protect our Jace the Mind Sculptor. They should definitely attack with the Shieldbreaker too. Yeah, good attack. So we're going to block here, take 6. The next turn, bounce their Layla. They play Island. We need them to not have another play. Oh, they didn't even play the Island. Weird. Oh, they can Abrade the Lonis, right. Okay, that's bad. Land, Jace, bounce your dude. So, yeah, we definitely should have chump blocked. I forgot they had the Abrade that they were going to be able to play. I guess we didn't know they had a red source, but still. Now, we'll see if they might have Burst Lightning and then they just kill it. Okay, they don't have Burst Lightning at least. There's a Stomping Ground. That's fine. We can play Nissa, but I think we just want to get Deranged Hermit down first. No play, no play, no play. Oh, don't like that. 3 mana. Okay, Nissa's not too bad. It will flip somewhat soon, though. Kitchen Finks was a good draw, but we're still playing Deranged Hermit this turn. And now, actually, next turn we can use Treachery. So we might be okay. It depends on how strong their hand is, but we can beat their board pretty easily in this spot. They can't even attack with Layla, really. We're definitely not going to be using Deranged Hermit or keeping him alive. Well, actually, we could go... Maybe we do. Because we could go Treachery in our upkeep. then that would net us 3 mana, so we would still have 3 mana left over, and we could play Kitchen Finks. That seems pretty good. We'll see what they do, though. Oh, I don't like how much mana this is. Wurmcoil Engine. Okay, that is actually great. We can... Yeah, this is looking really good. Oh, they didn't attack, though, so we can't use Treachery this turn. Okay, so we have to let this die. We draw Island. Drawing a land there is good. Let's see. We could go Nissa into Treachery, crack a clue. Or we could play Nissa into Kitchen Finks. I think I want to steal that Wurmcoil as soon as possible, though. So let's go Island, Nissa. Untap an island and pass. And then at the beginning of combat, we're going to steal their Wurmcoil Engine with this Treachery. And then we can use the extra mana to crack a clue. It's not the best use of the mana part of the Treachery, but that's fine. They do get to flip their Nissa here, but I don't care too much about that. They make a 4/4, also don't care about that. Nissa of their own, do care a little bit about that, but still not too much. Stealing their Wurmcoil is going to be good here. Hopefully they don't have more action, though. Jitte, okay, that's still fine. Hopefully they put it on the Wurmcoil Engine. Actually, hopefully they don't put it on the Wurmcoil Engine. Okay, we can steal it. I'm going to steal it now. The problem is they still get to use the Jitte counters if this gets counters. Okay, that counters the Jitte equip. Good. And now we're in pretty good shape, I think. We have a lot of really live draws, too. Opposition would just win. Craterhoof would just win. Ancestral Recall would probably just win. There's Craterhoof. I think we win then. Wow, what a game. I thought we were so screwed. So let's tap all this for mana. That's 7. Untap this. Nine mana. I guess we'll play it around days. Well, we actually are still around days, so I'll just drop... Well, no, there's no reason to drop the Llanowar Elves. This is way more than lethal already. Wow, what a start to the day. All right. First of 10 attempted trophies is a success. What a game. That was just a sweet league all around. Swing all out with everything. I mean, Craterhoof was a lucky draw there. I think we were probably going to win either way, unless we just really bricked. Because we had a great board, and, I mean, I guess our hand wasn't that good. We could have lost. We had Wurmcoil Engine down, though, so we could attack their Planeswalkers pretty effectively. Boom! Got there. That was sweet. Let's pull up this deck list. Alright, this was our blue-green opposition deck, and it was a really, really good one. We got the trophy, so the result was strong. We had phenomenal mana. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dual lands, and then also some other lands that were basically free, like Savannah and Taiga have almost no cost in the deck, and it made Golos really strong. Golos did win us one game, at least. Craterhoof was amazing, no surprise there. We didn't draw opposition that much, but it was good when we drew it. I would say Lonis was decent for card draw. I mean, every single card in this deck was pretty strong. Duran's Hermit was a huge overperformer. Very, very good with opposition, very good with Craterhoof, and it also just like held down the fort well to block. Hexdrinker wasn't a card we ever really used too effectively, but I think that was more because we didn't draw it than because it was bad. Polukranos was great. It was just beefy and killed stuff and pressured Planeswalkers well. This was just a sweet deck all around. I really enjoyed playing decks like this, and the result was pretty sweet. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.